Question: who took the special out of treat? What am I talking about? Back in a minute. Morning, good morning. This is Jan from New York City. Channel name is Jan from New York City Saves Money. And I truly love, love, love helping everyone keep some more of their own hard earned money. Could that be you? Who took the word special out of treat? What am I talking about? Do you remember when you were a child and perhaps maybe this was you, maybe this wasn't you, but this was definitely me? For example, let's say it was the summertime, and once in a great while, my mom or dad or both would treat us to, that wonderful soft serve ice cream that's on that famous truck with that musical jingle that you could hear down the block. That was a treat. That was a special treat. That was not an everyday thing. And I noticed something today that a lot of people are used to everyday treat. They say, well, this is a treat. I consider a treat something that is done on occasion, as the word implies. It is not something one indulges in all the time. If it's an all the time thing, it's no longer a treat and it's no longer special. And because we have this, I must have a snack every single day of the waking week mindset, which a lot of us do. I see evidence of it on other programs, for example, that are so kind that they detail, other people's no judgment whatsoever, but it's an assessment of like what people are keeping in their stockpiles and their pantries, like a ton of snacks, like almost like a library of snacks. Whoa, 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 whoa. To me, that takes the special out of the treat and the treat out of special. Not to mention how it tallies up at the grocery store. Do you know how much that you spend, for example, a week on so-called treats? Just wondering. No judgment. Again, no judgment, because all of us have become into these like crazy habitual snackers. I mean, you get bombarded. You see these ads. You hear people crying and screaming. They need sugar in the middle of the afternoon, whatever. Or just the habit that, well, after school means that, or after work means it's definitely time for a sweet treat. Now, don't get me wrong. Sweet treats are fun. They are. And that's what makes them special. Even I mentioned it, if you recall, a couple of weeks back about those little Debbie spin wheels, for example. But notice what I said, and I even said, read my lips. Once in a while, I wanted to like really detail about it because I wanted to emphasize the treat factor. But if somebody eats snack cakes almost every day on a regular basis, I know it might brighten up someone's day. Maybe they had a bad moment or two, and on occasion people do reach for a little comfort. But when things become a daily habit and a must have, this is where I have a problem with it. When it becomes a must have, just the same thing when people like to use these two words. I never ever ever cared for these two words put together. What are they? Retail therapy. Tell me, where's the therapy? Where do you feel so good about it? Like the satisfaction you're purchasing? A lot of people purchase things and don't use them. They just purchase them. It lives in a box. Months will go by. They don't even open them. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There is actually a situation where people do that. But let's get back to simple quote and the quote snacking. Well, maybe it is that moment of the day where you like to take a minute for yourself. Let's consider this. Let's try an experiment. How much do you spend per week on snacking? Maybe you never thought of it because maybe you thought, well, it's just a fringe expense. It's not all that much money. But that's a big mistake because sometimes people do not recognize it may be more than they bargained for. Okay. $2 here, $3 here, here a two, there a two, and there a two, two. And it all adds up. I mean, all this goofing aside, I mean, it could add up to the tune of over $50 a month. Can you do something else with $50 a month and not just pay down debt? Maybe other things. Maybe it's time for a brand new pair of jeans at the new to you from the thrift store. You get a couple of pair at $50 and some shirts too. I'm just saying this as an example. This is where people have leaky wallet syndrome. They don't quite understand. Why can't I save? My wallet is leaky. Well, who caused the leak? Think about it. We are responsible for our own finances. Let's start this again. We are responsible. We need to respond to our own finances, not be that drifting balloon that goes from place to place without any specific clear direction. That could be disaster. And it starts small at the grassroots thing, not to mention getting back to the original point of this video. Who took the treat out of special and who took the special out of treat? Why can't we return to that? When I had ice cream, it was a treat. Then came along, now I'm talking about in the 1960s, when they started mass producing ice cream for home use. See, prior to that, many people went to either the truck or an ice cream parlor, if you will. It wasn't like necessarily readily available in half gallons like they do today. Although in my day it was a real half gallon, where today it's about 48 ounces or less. And it's not even necessarily real ice cream. It's something called a frozen dessert, which leaves to me much to be desired. But that is another show. I could go on and on about this. You see, part of the problem is that so many things are so readily available. We weren't really able to get those half gallons in the 1960s. I mean, it was starting about then. Then once the idea caught on, it was like, oh, I don't have to go to the ice cream parlor. I don't have to just wait for the ice cream person to, ring their bell and play the little jingle and all that. No, 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 no. That means I could wake up at midnight, crawl over to the freezer and grab some. Well, well, well. To everything, there's a bonus, and to everything, there could be some detriment. In this case, I'm just saying, and I love ice cream, so I'm not putting ice cream down in any way, shape, manner, or form. But again, because I was raised to think of it as a treat, ice cream is a treat. Ice cream is not a rite of passage, although that's what a lot of people think. So, who took the treat out of special and who took the special out of treat? Let's get back to basics. Yeah, okay, maybe get that ice cream thing once a month, not 2 to 3 gallons a week. Just saying. Not only will you save money, but it might also help save some of your health. Just saying, just saying. So that's up to us. We need to monitor our snacking. We need to monitor how much we spend on snacking. Maybe we really just don't know. So just for the fun of it, take out your pen, paper, or calculator and add up. Honestly, how much do you spend on snacking a week? It's just you and a piece of paper. No one else has to know. And shush, I promise I'll never tell. Have an amazing, fantastic day. Don't forget to click like, share, and subscribe to this channel.